What's going on, guys? Isaiah or /Buddy24 here, back today with an activity guide in Horizon Forbidden West. In this video, I'll be talking about the side activity called Machine Strike. It's the sort of board game, mini game that takes place in Horizon Forbidden West. There's about a dozen of these challenges spread throughout the map, but there is a trophy associated with this side activity. And for this trophy, you need to just win 2 different Machine Strike games. So that would just be the tutorial player, and then also the first beginner player. You can find the beginner player at the location Barren Light. It is an unvisible location. There's a main story mission that takes place pretty early on into the game at this location. So you can find the second Machine Strike player at the beginner difficulty in this location. Basically in this video, I'm just going to kind of be talking over some gameplay from this second Machine Strike Challenger fight, and giving you some general tips and tricks on completing these challenges and completing all of the Machine Strike Challengers spread throughout the map. So there are 3 main points I want to get across in this little activity/trophy guide. The first of which is during the preparation phase. What do you do during the preparation phase? So the biggest thing in the preparation phase is to first select units that have strengths related to the board that you're playing on. You can see the board ahead of time, and as you can see in this little fight here, this board has a lot of elevation changes and a lot of different terrain. And terrain is really the main strategic element in the Machine Strike game. Having your units on the higher terrain pieces makes them a lot stronger and is basically the key to victory. So during the preparation phase, you want to basically be placing your units around those sort of higher elevation areas. So you see here in this fight, I'm placing my units on the highest area, this sort of silver little tier here, and placing my other various units in a position where they can quickly get to the other black or silver tiles in on this specific board and for this specific fight. Each fight and each challenger has a different board and has different pieces, so you have to sort of change your strategy depending on who you're playing. But in general, during the preparation phase, you want to be placing your units and sort of taking those higher height tiles, and that's sort of the main strategic element of this specific minigame. The second thing is what units to pick. The best units are units that are ranged units and also ramming units. Basically anything other than the sort of basic units. The reason for this is that obviously, as you can imagine, with a ranged unit, you can attack the enemy pieces without taking any damage. This is obviously very beneficial to winning the game, as since the games are pretty short, I would say you don't have a lot of room for error and a lot of room for taking damage. So in general, I found that during the first few fights, picking those ranged units, I believe the Scrapper is a gunner type, as you're seeing here in this clip. So the Scrapper, the other gunner types, and then the ramming types are the most effective units in the early and medium fights to dealing damage and to destroying pieces. That leads me to my third and final point for this little activity here, which is, in general, you want to be focusing on attacking the pieces that have higher point values. To win a Machine Strike game, you do not need to destroy every piece. You just need to earn 7 points. And certain pieces from your opponent's board are worth more than others. So some are worth 2 points, some are worth 1 point. You don't want to really waste your time and resources attacking those 1 point pieces. You want to be targeting the 2 or 3 point pieces, focusing the majority of your attacks on those pieces. And don't be afraid to sacrifice a smaller piece in order to take out a bigger piece that's worth more points. Those are my 3 basic tips for Machine Strike. It's a pretty cool and new little minigame in the sequel for Horizon Forbidden West. But having a lot of fun just kind of checking out these different challenges and playing through them. And I hope you enjoyed those 3 tips here today on how to do better in the Machine Strike Challenger side activity / minigame. I'm going to be wrapping up the fight here with a sort of pincer maneuver on the final piece. That earns me 7 points for the win. That will complete today's video. That is the Machine Strike Challenger side activity. For the trophy, you just needed to complete 2 of those challenges, but there are about a dozen or so spread throughout the map. And you can also earn other pieces from buying them from merchants or just trading throughout the world. Definitely one to kind of check out and dive into if you're into sort of turn-based strategy games. That's going to do it for today's video, guys. Thank you so much for watching. Be sure to leave a like and subscribe. And as always, I'll see you guys soon.